One of the most powerful stories of Simcha, or of the power of Simcha, that I've ever heard was the story of a man who came to see the fifth Lubavitcher Rebbe. His son was incredibly ill back at home, and the doctors had all given up hope. So his only chance was to get a supernatural blessing from the Rebbe to save his child. He arrives. In those days, you could get a personal audience. He went to see the Rebbe personally, and he tells the whole story. And this is how dire it is, and the doctors have given up hope. Please give me a brocha. And the Rebbe said to him, there's nothing I can do. It's beyond. Hashem has decided. Rather just go home as quickly as you can to spend time with your son. Anyhow, the fellow walked out. He was devastated. And he just slumped down into the first chair that he saw outside of the Rebbe's room. Now, there were other Hasidim who had also had personal audiences and had received blessings, and Hasidim were coming and going. And the tradition was that when you came out and having had received a blessing from the Rebbe, you would put your hand on the next Hasid's shoulder and you would sing a lively song and you'd begin to dance. And so it was. Here this man was sitting totally downcast in a room filled with people, spinning and singing and dancing, and they couldn't tolerate it. So one fellow leaned over, grabbed him, pulled him into the circle, and before you knew it, he was spinning. And he was so caught up after minutes in the circle that he actually began to sing. And then he sang louder, and eventually he lost sight of what he was there for, what was happening back at home, singing with reckless abandon, until the Rebbe's door opened and he was summoned back in. And he thought, oy vey, what have I done? The Rebbe is going to berate me. I did not follow his instructions to go home immediately. And the Rebbe Rashab said to him, when you arrived here, I saw in heaven that there was nothing to do to save your son. But when you were able, despite your challenges, to manually crank up so much simcha with that song and dance that you left everything and lost yourself and experienced pure simcha, everything changed in heaven, and your son will now recover. That is the power of simcha, something we can all start from the bottom up. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe and stay sane.